interesting. Okay. There we go. Cool. All right. Hello, hello. Oh, hi, Jillian. How are you? What's the news? If you want to share on this platform. Hello, hello. I'm interested to hear if you would like to share, or you can message me privately if you'd like. But I'm definitely. Oh, I gotta turn this on. I gotta turn this up a little bit. Hello, hello. Oh, wow, Jillian. We ended up breaking things off, but I needed your reading. It was a very mutual, and we're friends. Wow. You know what? And I'm actually really glad that I don't remember things, because I keep a lot of things. And so I don't remember, but I do remember that it was like love, relationship. So it's beautiful to hear that you received the confirmation that you needed for your own, like your own life. That's beautiful. You know, I'm sorry that it broke things off, but I feel like it's, everything is there for a reason. So I'm glad. Yeah. She's like, that's okay. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Someone asked, oh, Hillary. She asked, how much are your mediumship? You can, so basically what I'm doing here is all free, right? Free readings. If you would like to skip the line, though it's not really a line, because I just utilize my intuition to go wherever. But if you would like to skip the line, then the donation is 20. The minimum donation is 20. But it's really just free. And then I kind of just go with what is coming up. So I don't always get to mediumship. Sometimes it's more like love-centered. I just kind of move with the energy of the collective and what's needed, because we're all here for different reasons. So I hope that answers your question. You can also book privately with me. I'm actually booking private mediumship readings for free currently, just to help me kind of understand how to relay information. So if that's something that you're interested in too, then you can do that as well. Hello, hello from Ohio. I am Angelica from Colorado. So let me get started here. Let me take a drink. We're going to be doing free readings. So if you would like a free reading, please leave a name, leave a comment with your name, and here, leave a comment with your name and a question, or just let me know how I can be of service. You know, whether it's general, love, health, or career. The only thing I do not do is pregnancy readings or fertility readings currently. My name is Angelica from Infinite Love Healing, and that is my, my business. That's my business. That sounds weird. That is, that's my healing business. And I'm an Ascended Master Healer. And that really just means, it's a blanket term that to me means I've just done this for many lifetimes. I've studied, I've trained for many lifetimes to be here in this lifetime, in this incarnation on earth, to help, support, assist, and be kind of like maybe a guiding light, so to speak, for others to remember their own power, their own sovereignty, and their own, really their power, really their power and sovereignty. Yeah, that's me. So if you do receive a if you do receive a reading from me today, like a free reading, then just know that like if you get cut off for whatever reason, all of my replays are on YouTube and you can catch them there. The only thing it's really interesting, the only one that I haven't got on there is yesterday's. For whatever reason, it wouldn't download. And I'm seeing, Hillary, you paid for mediumship. So if you do, you're getting ahead of me. I'm going to write you down. Let me write you down first. And you said mediumship. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I didn't even get through all my stuff. All right. Let me see. Because I was going through all the things. So, Hillary or Hilly, let me know if you want to connect to someone, specific, or if you just want to like do regular, whatever. Or not necessarily regular. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of different things. Or if you'd just like me to tune in and see who comes through. Either way, it's good. Pew. What was I saying? Let me know in the comments. So if you do pay, I want to see who comes through. Okay, cool. So you're open. All right. Before I get to you, Hillary or Hilly, if you don't follow me yet, please follow. If you, hi Pablo, share out the live, like the live, share it out, please. That helps me to kind of extend my reach. And we are doing free readings here today, but if you do feel at any point guided to my services or just to learn more about me or to book with me, you can do that through the links in my bio on my website. Okay. And just a little bit about me. I've been reading people my entire life, but I've been doing it more in a professional sense since about 2020. But I've been doing that my whole life, so it's pretty natural to me. And yeah, that's it. I think let's get started with Hilly. And you want mediumship, Hilly, right? And you said just whoever comes through. So let me take a drink first, and then we'll get started. So the way I work is that I tend to just let my intuition kind of guide me to whatever kind of comes through, or wherever I'm kind of guided. I just kind of feel the energy and like things kind of like light up in my head. So there's no real line, there's no real like, list or anything. But if you do want to skip the line, so to speak, then the minimum donation is $20. Okay, just so you know. And if you do end up donating, please let me know in the comments, because yeah, then it doesn't always come through on my end. So that I know, and that I could put you on the list. All right. So Hillary, I don't know where you at. Mediumship is free. However, it's if you want to skip the line, it doesn't matter whether you want just a reading or mediumship or whatever. To skip the line is 20. Okay, thank you, Hilly, for letting me know that you're here. I knew that you were here, but I was looking for your little picture. Okay, so I'm just gonna like connect to you first. Okay. So what I'm doing now is just kind of grounding and centering in my own energy first. Okay. Now I'm going to invite you in, Hilly. There you are. Okay. I already have people here. And I do close my eyes just because it makes it easier for me to focus. But I'll do my best to continue to look on the comments to see if you, Hilly, are responding. Okay. In case I need like confirmation or anything. Okay. That's interesting. I feel like I have a male and a female. And I thought the female was going to go first, but I actually have feels like I have an actual, it feels like I have an older gentleman. And this gentleman would come across as having like, I would say salt and pepper, but more salt. So a little bit more gray, but there's like definitely some peppering in there. I also see like maybe a thicker mustache. Um, and then like shorter white hair. It's interesting. I don't know if this makes sense, but it feels like it looks to me, because I'm getting like certain mental impressions. It does feel like um, salt and pepper here, but a little bit more salt. And then I see mostly white hair, like short white hair. I also do see glasses. I don't get a name. I don't know if this would be more like a Glenn or a G name. That's kind of what's coming through. This is, do you understand who this is, or does this person, would you be able to validate who this is at all? Maybe my grandpa. I know he would come through. Okay, all right. It's definitely an older gentleman. Um, do the features kind of resonate as what he would look like? um, let me just kind of tune in a little bit deeper and see. So he kind of comes in a little bit more, maybe the strong silent type, I guess you could say, because he's not really saying a lot, because I'm very clairaudient, and typically I hear words. I don't hear a lot from him. I more just get like a presence of, I just more get like his presence that is coming through and wanting to kind of show himself and say like, it's more like a feeling of, I'm letting you know that I'm here. Okay, there it is. There it is. It's like, I'm here, I am around, and validating that. And it does feel like he would have passed, maybe not so recently. So maybe 5, 6 years or more. That's just kind of what I get is coming through. Sounds like him. Okay. What I get from what I get from it, it's more like a validation of like, I'm here. I don't get a lot of words, and that's I found that to be normal. I don't get a lot from him other than his presence is here, and he wanted to make himself known. Like, I'm here, but he's not saying a lot, okay? So he's gonna hand it he's gonna he's gonna hand it off to the the female that I have. Definitely older. I do get like, um, again, it's really interesting. I get like short white hair with the female, almost like wavy, almost like 50s style. Does that make sense? Like almost like how the ladies from the 50s and maybe even 60s used to kind of style their hair in like waves. Um, but I get like it's shorter and it's definitely white. Um, a very, very sweet smile. She's more, I feel like she's more talkative. um, it feels like they're coming through as um the words I hear are like matriarch, patriarch. They're coming forward as those um I'm not sure what that would be called, but like for the family, um that united kind of front, like the and it does feel like they were together in life. So I don't know if this is grandpa, grandma. Um, that's kind of what it feels like. Is this older? It feels like they're together. They keep going like, this is what I want to do. When I feel them come through together, they're together. They're still together. I don't get a lot from them other than they are together in this. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure the word. Um, I'm still kind of searching the word in my searching for the word in my whole lexicon. But it's like they come together. They're here together as like almost a representation or ambassadors, matriarch, patriarch for the family. There's also a sense of like guiding people in the family. Uh, and they also want me to highlight a sister. I don't know if this is your sister. It feels like it might be, but they want to. I don't know if you have a sister. Do you have a sister, Hillary? But they're highlighting a sister. I don't know if this would be mom's sister, your sister. I don't get a name, but I do feel like sister, sister, sister. And they're kind of like doing this to me. This kind of represents like highlight. This is like her. I do have one sister. Okay. And they're kind of going, is this? Are you too close? Are you and your sister close? So it feels like they're going like this to me. I'm not quite sure what this is. So it would be like bringing I don't know if this is bringing closer, but it does feel like yeah, it feels like a bringing closer. Um and they're highlighting this relationship for whatever reason. No, we're not close. Okay. I think that's why they're saying that. Um it's not necessarily I don't get this as being like we're how do I translate this? Because they keep doing this to me. So this could be like a separate, right? Like going this way, or it could be like, but I feel like they're bringing it closer. I feel like they're on the other side guiding this relationship to, it doesn't necessarily look like maybe the closest relationship, but it does feel, and they do kind of give me the impression or the sense that they are doing what they can on the other side to help reconcile some of these things. Um, they do also highlight your choice, both of you and your sister's choice in that, to be able to come together. But it does feel like they're highlighting this relationship as well as doing what they can to help bring it closer, while also recognizing and honoring your own choice to be closer to your sister or not. Okay. But they are just highlighting that relationship. Um, and there is also reference to where you are in your own path or your own journey of healing relationships. Um, I'm just listening. I'm just listening. Okay. There is there is a an aspect where there is necessary space needed from others in order to heal certain relationships. Does that, I don't know if that makes sense. Um, because sometimes we have to take a break from even especially family sometimes, or really close friends, in order to like come back to our own energy, and um, in order to like really bring awareness to where, you know, certain relationship dynamics, the patterns that which we have inherited or have been imprinted with, um, can start to kind of, we can start to like unravel it and kind of reconcile it, heal it, you know, maybe process emotional wounding, etc. So it does feel like there's some space needed from family, or that you are taking, that they're also highlighting, because I'm like, what are you guys saying now? And they're all the only word that came to my head was space, as like taking space. So I would interpret that as you taking space or needing to take space in order to like really just come back to you and understand you first, and, you know, do whatever you need to do in that space, whether it's healing, whether it's just awareness, whether it's just like a break, whatever that is. They're highlighting this space. Okay. um Protecting peace. I don't think I want to speak to my family anymore. Okay, so they're highlighting that. Okay, they're highlighting that. um because they were coming in and saying the highlighting of like healing relationships, and or you could even say trauma from relationships, or relational trauma, relational wounding, emotional wounding found in relationships, whatever way that kind of, you know, hits you, or like whatever way that lands for you, is they're acknowledging the space. And there's the words that come to my head is take it, take all of the space you need. They are helping you. They are with you. They are supporting you. You know, you can call them in. You can talk to them. Um, but they are highlighting that uh, the space and healing from those, the past relationship dysfunctions, the trauma, the wounding, that stuff. Taking that time and that space to heal that. And they're just highlighting that, okay? Um, okay. The other word that comes in is peace. I noticed when I was scrolling on the comments, somebody said something about peace. And that was that's another, that's something else that they're highlighting. Finding your peace. Excuse me. Hiccuping and the burping kind of indicates to me where there might need to be some like letting go, releasing, clearing, healing. That usually is like my indicator of like we've hit something that, you know, it's always your choice, right? So be empowered in your choice. You don't have to heal, you don't have to do anything, okay? But it's just when I hiccup and burp like that, it's typically my indication of like there's like there's a wounding or like a block in your energy where basically where the energy isn't flowing as freely as it could. You know, there's healing or there's trauma or there's wounding there that you know, with your choice and your awareness, your commitment to that process, that could be of great benefit to you. But it does feel like they are coming in and saying your peace, find your peace, find your peace. You know, whether that's healing, whether that's just not talking to the family anymore, whatever that is for you, that's what they're saying. They're saying find your peace, your peace, not anybody else's peace, your peace. Okay. And they're coming in very, they're coming in very strongly when they say that. I need to say that. They're coming in very, very strongly when they're saying, highlighting your peace. Okay. And so I'm just kind of listening to see if they have anything else to say. Again, they are around you and they are assisting you from the other side. So if you do want to talk to the family, if you do want to, you know, if you can ask them to help you with whatever, whether it's healing, whether it's, little things in your everyday life, or, you know, asking them to kind of validate that they're there. Hey, are you there? They are there with you. Just talk to them. Just talk to them more. But they are supporting you from the other side. They do want to validate that. They do want to say like, yeah, we are here. We're helping the family from all sides, you know, and they do recognize everybody has a choice in this life, whether to reconcile or not. But they are helping on the other side, you know, from what they can, you know, what they can. What they're able to do, they're doing. Okay. Is there anything else? Again, there's just like a lot of love. I feel a lot of like them sending their love to you. And again, coming together, them coming together to you to just say, we're here, we love you, we're watching over you, we're guiding you, we're helping you, we're assisting you from where we are. and we're still with you. Okay, we're still with you. And they're taking a step back. I'm gonna take a minute to like just thank them. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming through. Okay, all right. They have gone. I'm just making sure that they go from my space. But was that what kind of signs do they send me? The word I hear is synchronicity. So say so for example, if you're listening, like if say for example, if a thought of like your grandma or your grandpa come into your head, and then maybe you turn on the TV and something says something about like whatever program or whatever you're watching says something that they may have said or relates to them, like grandma, grandpa, whatever, it's synchronicity. Okay, so that might take a little bit of like fine tuning of recognizing when you have a thought or they come in and you're like, wait, what? Or like a song can come on and then like it has a reference to maybe it was one of their songs that they liked. But I do hear like synchronicity with it. So like this is gonna help. This might take some fine tuning and just some deeper, more subtle awareness. Um, but they do come in. It does feel like they do come in already through synchronicity. So pay attention to the synchronicities that are happening to you, okay? Okay, let's see. I don't know if you said anything else. Okay. I see repeating numbers all the time. Okay. Just, yeah, pay attention to those synchronicities. Hi, Em. I don't know if you're still here, but for sure, you can definitely help mod. I would love that. You're welcome, Hilly. Thank you so much for the exchange, my dear. I am so glad to do that. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. All right. You can. Alyssa says, "May I donate for a detailed question?" Yes, you may donate for a detailed question. You can also ask a question. Oh, hold on, what's going on here? Okay, all right. Just had to check something really quick. The minimum donation is 20. Let me know if that's that you do that, so that I can honor that first. Otherwise, I kind of just go with my intuition of like where my intuition is guiding me. Okay. All right. It was a lot. um, do I connect with animals crossed over? Um, that's a good question. I tend to help people cross over. I've helped animals cross over. I have yet to. That's not that's. I do, but I haven't had um, animals come through in a reading. I'm sure that I could because it's just consciousness. It's just energy. It's just consciousness, and I tend to act as a bridge, an intermediary, an emissary, just a bridge between consciousness. So I'm sure that I could, but I haven't yet. Okay. All right. So let's see where. Okay. Thank you for that, Em. I really appreciate that. Um, all right. So who is next? Where is it's saying not available. Which one, Alyssa? Which one is saying not available? We are in Mercury retrograde, so keep trying, I guess. But Mercury retrograde, there can be a lot of like communication errors and technology kind of not working quite right. So I would say keep trying as long as you still feel guided to do so. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right. Okay. So um so if you do my life is in retrograde. But you know what? I feel like retrograde gets a lot of flack. Retrogrades are actually really good for revising, reassessing, reviewing. We go into the RE. So reviewing, reassessing, reevaluating. Mercury retrograde is always about slowing down and really reassessing, where there might be breakdown in communication so that we can actually clarify the communication. And I feel like Mercury retrograde gets a lot of gets a lot of flack because we're not quite attuned to what the actual guidance is there. Thank you for the gifts. Okay, all right. So if you would like a free reading, let me know in the comments. Leave a comment with your name and a question, or let me know how I can help you, whether it's general, love, health, career. The only thing I don't do is pregnancy for the meantime. All right. But the more specific that you can be, if you have a question, the more specific you can be, the more specific I can tune into the energy. Okay, just so you know, it's because I've noticed when people ask for love readings, it might, if you're asking or if you want to know if somebody's coming in soon, I would ask that. I would be very specific in what you ask. Otherwise, what I tend to tune into is maybe certain, like if you're asking about love, what I tend to tune into is where you might be blocking or resisting or pushing love away, whether it's self-love, whether it's like partner. So I tend to, your guides, your higher selves will tend to bring up like, hey, this is where you're blocking it, you're resisting it. So if you want to know something more specific, then I would really encourage you to ask it very specifically, okay? That's funny. Okay. Ooh, there's a couple people. I'm actually feeling Rachel and then Cassie. Rachel was asking for, I already forgot. I just read it and I forget. Oh, will this be a good month for me? Okay, Rachel. Let me tune into your energy. There you are. The word I hear for you, Rachel, is growth. And good and bad depend on how you're defining those terms. I do feel growth coming in. So if we're talking about May, because we're at the end of April, so we're going to go into May. May is, five, right? It's the fifth month. And a lot of change comes with the number five, like bringing in change. It can be very, very rapid, very sudden, very quick change. And that's the information I'm kind of being drawn to here is like rapid growth, rapid change. The other word I'm getting for you is consistency. So if that's something you need to work on, or whether it's something like being more consistent with whatever aspect of your life, the other word I'm getting for you is consistency. Let's actually pull a card to see what else, if there's anything else coming through. That's just what I'm hearing. I feel growth, consistency, and then like with May being the fifth month, there's like rapid change. I get the Fool. So like a beginning. This is the zero card, the first card in the major arcana. So this is like a new beginning. Okay, so I do feel like rapid change, rapid that, and then leading to a new beginning. Okay, that's what I feel for you, my dear. So whether that's good or bad to you, that's up to you to define. I don't really work in polarity in that. You decide. You decide if that's good or bad in that way. All right. Hello, welcome, first timers. You're welcome. Rachel says thank you. I was feeling called to someone else, and I can't remember what her name was. I think it was a C word, a C name. Hola, hola, hello. Cassie, it was you. You said health problems, right? Any health stuff? And I'm gonna connect to your energy. All right. Hold on. C-Dub. I like your name. All right. So let me find you really quick. All right. Okay, there you are. I got you. We're connected. And then you said health stuff. So let me fill in. The first thing I hear is supplements, and then I hear women specifically supplements. So whatever age range you are, or just in general, women supplement will help with like vitamins, or basically because supplements are to help supplement our diet, right? So it feels like getting extra nutrition where you might not be getting it through your diet. That's the first thing I hear. Okay, what kind? I do also hear fish oil / omega-3s. So those are your fatty acids, right? So whichever, I would say I would go with whichever one kind of resonates, but it does feel like, either or. Fish oil, omega-3s. And there are omega-3s, 6, and 9s. So, there's different kinds of oils, fish oils out there. Some of them only have omega-3s, and some of them have all three of like 3, 6, 9. But specifically, I do feel like omega-3s, those fatty acids, are going to help as well, support your system. It doesn't feel like anything major. Let me see. I'm actually hearing to like scan, which I don't typically do. Scanning the head, I don't know if you have like if you typically get like a brain fog thing. Um, like brain fog would be like focus, concentration, finding it hard to focus or concentrate. That's kind of what I get there. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I get possibly, is this where the thyroid is? I don't remember. I took health class like a long ass time ago, but like I get maybe thyroid. That's what's I'm hearing in your head, in my head as I'm like scanning. It doesn't feel like anything is like super, there's like a major issue there. It just feels like, um, because thyroid can affect like a lot of our energy and, the different things with thyroids can happen, but it does feel like there could be something there, but it does feel like flipping, switching up the diet, adding the supplements could help this. It just they feel maybe a little sluggish. I don't know if that's something that you've experienced or have had diagnosed. Remember, I'm not, I am not, nor am I claiming to be like a healthcare physician or anything like that. So I would, definitely follow number one, follow your intuition. And also, if you feel guided, definitely go to, a physician to have these things checked out. um, there are other things that kind of highlight in your body as I kind of scan down, but it does feel like just kind of basically um, shifting the diet to more whole, organic foods, adding the omega, like the fish oil, the omegas, as well as like a multivitamin, like yeah, that's what it's called, a women's multivitamin. That is gonna, it feels like it will help to elevate your system, and then from there you'll be able to assess kind of what other things, if there is anything. It feels like maybe start there first, taking the baby steps. um if that's something that resonates, be empowered in it. If not, then don't do it. But that's kind of what I'm getting. And then like that, it feels like also maybe pay attention to your thyroid. Is that where the thyroid is? I'm not sure, but like I keep feeling like, I don't know if this is, but I hear thyroid, so I'm not sure. Okay. But it does feel, oh, swelling in neck. Okay. Because I keep feeling this, and it feels like pay attention to this. It's not like I don't get anything super negative or bad. It just feels like paying attention to this because your body is trying to tell you some things. And it's like, it just feels like listen to your body a little bit more because your body's giving you signals. Okay. It feels like they feel a little sluggish. Um, and then she says it runs on my mom's sides. Thank you so much. Okay. I would say listen to that. And then even consider maybe getting checked out And then also listening to your intuition with it. Listen to your body, listen to your intuition. If you get checked out, do your own research and do your due diligence with it, because like our healthcare system has a lot of like flaws in it. Um, and I can speak personally because I had a lot of different things in my 20s come up, and they would just always throw like medication at it and they would never help me. So I don't know if you're more aligned with getting going to a natural path, or like a doing homeopathy, or like a naturopath doctor, something, a holistic doctor, someone that can kind of feel into the difference, basically takes all of the human with their energy system into account as well, and maybe like certain, you know, traumas and stuff, because like our current healthcare system, depending on where you go, it can be very, very oriented to just about money, or just about like focusing on how sick you are. So just kind of being aware of having to navigate that system as well. Okay, with all of this, in order to get something that's actually going to help be proactive in your health. Okay. Okay, and that's what I feel. That's what I feel for you. Let's see, if I don't know if you said anything. Do else. She says thank you, sending love. You're so welcome. C Dub. I once took 23 vitamins a day. Wow, that's a lot. I don't think you have to take that much unless you really want to. Then by all means, fucking do you, girl. But definitely, I would say definitely a multivitamin and some omega 3s, and then whatever is going on here, I would pay attention to this. Okay. And then I just want to see if you said something else. I'm scrolling through the messages as fast as I can. Proactive is keyword. Yes. Yeah. Being proactive. You don't have to be in fear. Just be proactive. Okay. I was detoxing my body. Okay. Yeah, detoxing can yeah, all right. Okay, cool. I've scrolled through all the messages. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. C-Dub. All right, let's get through a couple more, or so, I don't know how long I've been on here. All right. Okay, my dears, let's do some more. If you would like a free reading, let me know in the comments. Right, leave a comment with your name and a question. General love, health. The only thing I don't do is pregnancy readings. I also do mediumship. And if you do, the way I work is I just allow my intuition and spirit to kind of guide me to the people, right? So there is no real line, but if you do want to skip the line, so to speak, the minimum donation is 20, okay? And the more specific you are, the more detailed the information coming out becomes, is what I've found, especially if you're asking about love. Okay. Okay, I'm actually feeling to okay. There's a couple of things. Okay. All right, there's I'm getting very specific information. I'm trying to feel into who this is, who I'm meant to. I really do not want to murder your name. Is it Sumaya? Sumaya? You're asking for general. I'm feeling you. Are you still here on the live? Wow, that's a lot of messages. Okay, there you are. Yeah. All right. I don't want to murder your name, so I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm actually feeling you. You said general. So let me connect to your energy. Okay. There your energy is. I found you. You said general. Okay. So general. So typically for general, I just connect to your higher self or your guides. I like to use like that I like to connect to the higher self, the highest self, because they will tend to bring in like whatever is needed or required to hear or to become aware of in the moment. So let me kind of listen. Okay. All right. So I had to listen for a minute just to make sure that it wasn't me and my projections. So the what I hear for you is like focusing more on your health. And then for you specifically, or for anybody who resonates with this, right? But it feels like focusing on health in a way that is getting away from like fad diets, the fads, um, finding something that truly resonates, not something that is promising fast results or is making all of these promises, like the fads, like the fad diets, the fad workout routine, whatever it is. That doesn't mean that you can't be drawn to like certain types of people who might have like workout routines or like diet plans. It doesn't mean that. It's just like I just keep hearing get away from the fads. Stay away from the fads. And the funny thing is if you don't if you're kind of if we don't know about like if we're maybe new to something, we might not know about all of the different fads that are out there. But I would say something that promises like really extreme things, but it just feels like staying away more of the fad diets, sticking to more like whole foods that you like, that you enjoy, that's more natural, more close to how it's found in nature. Okay. And then, building from there. So this might take some research. This might take some efforting or some effort on your part to like do some research, do your due diligence and kind of informing yourself, empowering yourself with the knowledge. And then, when you take in that information, how does it resonate? Trying it out, having an experience. Okay, does this work for me? Does it not? You might have to go like when we focus on health and like wellness, and especially if we're getting into like maybe fitness, all of it all requires some kind of process, having a process, having an experience, going through the entire process and being like, well, did this work for me or not? And being really honest. Maybe it worked, but I didn't like I didn't like it. Being very honest with yourself. But it does feel like focusing more on health, staying away from like the fad diets and stuff like that. Build from a whole, more natural foods that like again that you enjoy, and like build from there. Finding different recipes that are very, very nutrient dense, as well as delicious. And that's something that is simple and not so complicated that it's like you become overwhelmed and you're like, screw this. But it does feel like focusing more on health. And I would say I actually hear for the next year. So that could actually mean, for this Gregorian, until December, or it could mean just for the next year until next May. But it does feel like a more emphasis on health and taking care of that and becoming more aware and more informed about like how to proactively and properly care for your individual vessel. And that includes listening to your own body, listening to how it responds to different like foods and programs or whatever, and listening to your body in that whole process. Okay. And then I'm hearing to whoa. I'm like, what is this? Iron out the details. Do you see that? Where is it? Iron out the details. So working on, it feels like as it relates to health, working on those details, ironing out those details for yourself, doing your own research, as well as letting your intuition also guide you, so caution, iron out those details, and then priorities, minimalism, reevaluating, less is more, releasing. It's kind of like that Mercury retrograde energy, reevaluating, releasing, as it pertains to health. I would say, release what doesn't serve you, what is not conducive to your health, letting yourself release that, as well as reevaluating what is truly, and then prioritizing what is going to support you in building and sustaining health. Okay. All right. She says, yes, correct. I am facing some health issues. Yeah. It does feel like putting a greater priority on your health, because it feels like it's very important right now. Okay. I'm glad that could support you, and that does seem to resonate with you. Thank you for being here, my love. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome, Lala. I was laughing at Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, everybody. All right. Okay. I'm actually feeling guided to, is it Lunale? Lilith's Moonchild. You have the best name ever. I love Lilith. Is it Lunale? I like your name. It's a pretty name. She says, career guidance. Yes. Okay. Let me do the thing, because my lips need some moisture. And then, all right, let me scroll back. Okay, there you are. All right. Okay. Just so I can connect to your energy. Okay. There you are. I found you. Career guidance. Okay. All right. Career guidance. Let me just kind of fill in and see what comes up. What I actually get when I tune into you, is that it feels like there's some reluctance in following what actually maybe feels more joyful and enjoyable for you. It feels like there's maybe some mistrust in, or maybe not like complete faith in like that what you enjoy doing and find enjoyable doing could actually support you. So it does kind of feel like there's an emphasis and a highlight around this, around like why, what old beliefs that are you holding on to? Maybe what wounds are there that are, when I start when I start burping and hiccuping, I'm zeroing, excuse me, in on the energy. So it feels like there's some wounding or some trauma around like, oh, I can't do this, or and trauma comes in all varying different degrees. It can be very extreme on either end, and there's everything in between. So it doesn't have to look like, something super extreme. It could be like something as small as, somebody said something, to you as a child, and you took that to mean like you could never, you know, make money or be supported financially in doing what you wanted to do, when that you found enjoyable, that you found joyful, that you found, what I mean. So you like stuck to what was safe in order to survive. Okay, so it does feel like it's tied into quite a bit. And that's kind of it feels like ironing this out, because this is going to help you going forward. It's going to open some things up for you. It's going to open your energy up. It's going to open you up into the possibilities that you actually came here to align with. Okay, because it feels like you're playing small as it pertains to career. What do you find enjoyable? What do you find joyful to you? What do you actually want to do? And who told you that you couldn't? Or what do you believe to be, true, that makes you feel like you can't? Um, as far as career, maybe more presently, it does feel like, I don't know what you're currently doing. It doesn't feel super aligned. It doesn't feel super joyful. Um, I get this like, uh, I don't even know what the word is. I need a bigger lexicon to pull from, but I get this energy of like unsatisfied, unfulfilled type of energy. And that's why it feels like, go back, kind of iron out the details of this, the wounding, or, the beliefs around you doing something enjoyable and being supported by it, because that's going to open up things and start shifting your paradigm, your personal paradigm, as far, because it feels like where you're at now, it doesn't feel super fulfilling. It doesn't feel enjoyable. It doesn't feel like it's really aligned with what you actually came here to do. It doesn't feel like it's truly aligned with your soul right now. Um, okay. And then shifting. Oh, okay. That's what it was. It feels like, find something that feels more enjoyable, that feels more satisfying, feels more fulfilling. It can be, a regular, job, in the meantime, but something that feels more enjoyable, that's something that you actually want to do. Um, yeah, I just keep feeling like it's where you're at now feels very unsatisfactory. Feels very like, Um, I just keep getting meh. It doesn't feel very exciting. It doesn't feel like it brings you to life. It doesn't feel like it lights you up. It doesn't feel like it brings you joy. It doesn't feel super enjoyable. There might be aspects of it that you do like, but it doesn't feel like overall fulfilling or satisfying. So it does feel like, as a career move, maybe consider, um, the invitation is there to consider finding something that is more enjoyable, that is more in alignment with something that you find enjoyable. So what do you find enjoyable? Do more of that, because that's going to move some energy that's old. Okay? All right? And even just starting to think about and consider, like, ooh, making a different move towards your joy, that's going to start shifting this energy. It's going to start moving the energy. So it feels like the energy wants to move in a new way that is satisfying, enjoyable, fulfilling. Okay, so that's what I would say. That's what I would say for you. Is there anything else as far as career? Oh, wow, we literally just got this card. Priorities. Reevaluating again and prioritizing. Okay, I would prioritize, if I were you, or if this were me, I would prioritize my enjoyment, my joy, and know that I can be supported in it. And then where it says reevaluating all the things. All right. Let me know how that resonates, or if it doesn't. Someone asked, "You're so welcome." She says, "Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here." Oh, okay. So somebody asked if there was a list. There's not really a list. Really, you just leave a comment, right, with your name and a question, or, general, whatever is kind of like coming up for you, whatever you want to know. And my intuition and spirit, I kind of just let it kind of guide me to where, to wherever. So if I don't call on you, if I don't pick you, don't take it personally. It's really just my own intuition and like whatever kind of lights up in my head. Okay. So there's not really a line or a list in that sense. But if you do want to skip the line, the minimum donation is 20. Okay. But somebody was saying that it wasn't working for them. So maybe Mercury retrograde is like, not today, bitch. So I don't know. But there are those options. Okay. All right. And if you do want to, check out a more in-depth reading with me, or a healing session, I do ancestral healing, Reiki. I do a lot of different things. Or even just want to check out the offerings that I have, you can check out the link in my bio. Okay. Let's get into a couple more readings here. I was looking, thank you guys for the gifts. I appreciate it. Share out the live, like the live. My name is Angelica from Infinite Love Healing. If you do not know, that is my own little business that I created back in 2018. Okay. Let's see. What was that? All right. All right. And the more specific, sometimes I've found the more specific you can be, if you do have a question, the more specific you can be, the more specific the information that comes. But I always trust that whatever you need to hear is what's going to be. All right. Let's see. Is what is going to come through. Okay. Okay, wait. Ooh, that's cool how you spelled it. Magic spell. What's your name, darling? What's your name, darling? You're asking for a career reading. I'm actually feeling drawn to you. Magic spell. Holly spell. Okay, Holly. Okay. I'm actually feeling you. You said career. Let me look at your. Okay, there you are. All right. Okay. I found you. So you're saying career. So career. Okay. Jesus. Okay. So when I tune into your energy, Holly, I actually feel like I'm going a million miles an hour, and I'm going so fast that I'm unable to see what's right in front of me. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it feels like I feel like I'm going through life at a million miles an hour. I feel like I'm literally like flipping through a book so quickly that I can't even read what's going on. Like it feels that fast. And it feels like the other thing that I got with this was like slow down, come back to the present moment, and like what is that? Reassess what it is that you actually want to do, how you want to be, how you want to express in this life. Like, and that feels like it takes some slowing down. Okay. So reassess. It's really perfect for Mercury retrograde, which we're in right now. So taking some time to slow down and reassess and reevaluate, because what's being kind of like called or being encouraged right now is actually perfect for Mercury retrograde. It's the re energy, reevaluating, reassess, review, recalibrate, these types of words. Okay, so re whatever. Slow down and then reassess, reevaluate. What do you actually want to do? How do you want to express? What brings you joy? Okay, and that's going to bring you some insights on. It feels like it opens you up a little bit more to career, or like what do you want to do, at least right now, and know that these things can change. You don't have to do the same thing all the for the rest of your life. It can always shift and morph and change. It can always build upon itself. It can always like completely change entirely. But it does, allowing it to maybe reveal itself to you in a new way. Maybe it is time for a change, to consider doing something different. But it does feel like slowing down, maybe going for a nice walk in nature where you're not thinking. You can turn off your brain, you can turn off your mind, stop analyzing, just drop into your body and enjoy yourself in nature. Take a walk. Just to get into a different state of mind so that your energy can open up, and that ideas or inspiration or intuition can like drop in. Okay, so what's needed for that though is slowing the fuck down. And I don't know if you're someone that like is like go all the time, but it does feel like that's the energy that comes through. So it does feel like in order for all of that to happen, in order for this intuition, inspiration to kind of drop in, you need to slow down and not have any kind of agenda to have the inspiration or just kind of just slow down for the sake of slowing down, because it feels good, because it's enjoyable, and it allows you to enjoy the present moment. And when you're in the present moment, it feels like that's when other things can actually drop in, that inspiration. Let me kind of tune in to see if there's anything more specifically that does come in though. Okay. The word that I do hear is like healthcare. That doesn't necessarily mean being a nurse. It could be a lot of different things. Maybe considering that. I don't know if that's something that you're already in. I don't know if that's something you're already in, but that's the word that it comes up. So healthcare, taking care of others, um, because it feels like that might be a little bit more fulfilling. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments, but that's the word that comes up. And healthcare can look like a lot of different things. That can look like, getting into like the healthcare industry, and going to school for that. That's one way. It could look like another way that's coming in could look like getting into health and fitness or health and wellness. But health care, what does that bring up in your head? What possibilities does that bring up? Because I'm not here to limit you. I'm not here to limit anybody, but it does feel like healthcare, and what does that bring up for you? And maybe considering that. That's what comes through. Is there anything else that kind of comes through? Yeah, the main thing here, it feels like slow down and give yourself time to be in the present moment and like catch up with yourself so that it feels like from there inspiration can drop in because you're in the present moment, and that's the only time it can is when we're present. um, and that is also a point of guidance, a point of clarity, and a point of inspiration. Okay, so I know that can sound a little vague, but that's kind of what comes through. Okay. Oh, wow, that was interesting. That just popped up. Uh, no, it's this way. Rock in a hard place, no clear way out. Avoidance. Avoidance is kind of what pops up into my head, or is kind of like in my head. Um, Withholding. Just kind of take this as it resonates. You might even find yourself frozen with indecision as it comes. But I feel like this impasse, where it says impasse, I feel like that's the energy that I'm picking up on, that's like disallowing any other kind of inspiration or like information to kind of pop in and kind of drop in. But take it how it resonates. Okay. I haven't seen if I haven't looked at the comments. So take it how it resonates, but it does feel like there's definitely something that's blocking that energy or that inspiration from dropping in. Okay. I don't even remember who was I reading? Who was I reading? That is how instantly I forget. Bum, 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 bum. Let me see if there's any. I don't see you anywhere on here. But let me know how that resonated. Pew, pew, pew. Okay. Let me know how that resonated. I don't know. Okay. All right. Oh, there you are. Magic as Holly. As Holly. Okay. Let me know how that resonated, Holly, if you haven't already. And if it doesn't, then don't take it. Okay. Then don't take it. If something doesn't vibe with you, don't take it. Okay. I'm not here to take your power or tell you what to do. I'm just simply here to read the energy and translate it and deliver it as best as I can. Okay. Oh wow, counseling. See, that's that to me in my head, that's a form of healthcare. Counseling women. Holly said, I'll go back to counseling women. Thanks. Yeah, well, I'm glad that it resonated and that, like, whatever my intention with all of the readings or even any type of session that I do is that people receive exactly what they need. So I can interpret it one way, but it's up to you to, to interpret it however you interpret it and for it to land whatever way it needs to land so that you can make the decision and you can empower yourself. Um, yeah, I love how spirit works. I just trust it. Thank you, Holly. She said, you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate it, though. I appreciate that. Okay, let's do probably a couple more and then, yeah. And then if I don't get to you, I invite you to, I do these all week. I do them Tuesday through Friday, so I invite you to come back. Thank you for the little gift. I like it. Thank you. Finger heart. That sounds dirty. Okay. Like the live. Ooh, excuse me. There's a lot of things coming in. Okay. Okay. So I'm just kind of looking to see, to zero in, to hone in on who is next. Okay. Angela. Chaos Farms. I love people's names. Like, where do we get our names? I'm feeling you, my dear. Will you confirm for me that you're still on the live? And you're saying career. Okay, so you're here, Angela. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for confirming. I'm just gonna connect to you. I got you, and you said career, so career, career, career. All right. Okay. The words or the phrasing that I get with you right away when I connect is on the fence. So I don't know if you find yourself kind of wavering between two directions. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? Or I'm on the fence about what do I do next, etc. That's the kind of energy, the kind of sensing that I get is like on the fence. I'm on the fence. Like, I don't know. I don't know if they go here. I don't know if I go there. Um, the next thing I hear is remembering that indecision is also a choice. So in not choosing, we're also still choosing. I don't know why that's coming through, but it's just a little side note. Remember that not as like a judgment or any kind of like thing to get you to move or like to manipulate you to move. It's just more like just keep in mind, not deciding is also choosing. Not choosing is also a choice. Or indecision is also a choice. Okay, what is that? Okay. I'm trying to figure out what this is because I feel like I'm looking to my past. I feel like I'm looking past into my past and I'm like, what is that? What is that? What is that? And I don't know if there's comparison to the past or if it's actually necessary to maybe reevaluate things that have played out in past situations or things that you were told as like a little wee one, just a little wee one that around career, around getting a job, around what that meant or what around like the have tos, the any limiting beliefs around that, that could be there could be some of that as well. It could be like a little bit of both. But it feels like that that part over there, it feels like it's keeping me from moving forward and actually making more decisive action, like making more, being more decisive and taking action on what I'm like, feeling clear. Okay. Because it, okay, now we're starting to kind of come around, because it feels like it links around to me being on the fence. This little like thing over here that I was told when I was, however old, it feels like really young. I'm told something when I'm really young, and it's shaping my whole reality, right? Because that's what happens. That's what happens. Um, Shaping my whole reality, and then it's actually attributing to the the stuckness or the stagnancy that you might be feeling, like the on the fence-ness that you might be feeling of like, I don't know if I go this way or this way. It's actually contributing. So it's like coming back to coming back to what were you told about like career, jobs, being financially supported or financially supporting yourself? What were you told about that? It's kind of like, it's like an example could be about like some things that people might be told about money when we're kids, like money doesn't grow on trees. Yeah, it does. And we're told certain very limiting beliefs around this, and then we take these on, and it creates a lot of different things within our consciousness. It can create splits. It can create like, little micro traumas where we shape our whole reality around that, and it's in our subconscious, right? It's acting, but it's not even it's still active. So it's not like it's not active at all. It's still active, but it's in our subconscious. We're unaware of it, and we're acting from it unconsciously, and it's still manifesting certain things that we're like, why the heck am I still manifesting these types of situations, these types of, why am I still like, where's this pattern coming from? It does feel like it's there. So what I do feel is like, what do you believe around your career, or finding a job, or having a job, that you were told that feels very extremely limiting, or that feels like it has like an emotional charge to it. It feels maybe icky. It feels like, ugh, you might make a face at it. It might trigger you, but it definitely feels limiting. I'm not getting anything like specific. That's when I read people, it tends to be like it's up for you, because it's up for you. It's up to you to uncover that. It's your gift. Um, I'm only given that information when it's appropriate. Okay. I'll put it like that. But it does feel like you got to uncover this over here, because it's creating like a linchpin in your life here in the present moment. Because that's where I get like this on the fence-ness type of thing. And it's like creating the same pattern of like indecision. Like, I don't know which way, because it feels like you're actually kind of fighting internally with yourself. Does it feel like that? Because it feels like that's what's going on. You're like, I want to go this way, and then the other part's like, nah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't feel safe. I want to do something I enjoy. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. So when we are told certain things like that, that maybe go against our natural state of being, like things like money doesn't grow on trees, you can then create a belief that like, oh, well, money's not available to me. And then you have this other aspect within you that's like, well, money's not available to me. And then consciously you're like, oh, I want to do this. I want to bring in this money. I want to do this, moving towards money. And then you still have this little bit of resistance, this aspect inside of you that still needs to be contended with, that still needs to have awareness placed upon it and be like, oh, there's this part of me that really doesn't believe that that's available to me, or that I'm worthy of it, or whatever the story is. So it feels like uncovering the story from your past that you keep pulling into your present moment, that's creating the linchpin. Okay, that's what it feels like. Let me, there it is. And that's what and this heartbreaker. And really how I read this is, it feels like, there's the word, disappointment. So how do you associate disappointment with career, being financially supported, etc., like that type of what you're asking about? Because that is what's coming through. Okay. Let me know how that resonates. It does feel like the practical advice there is kind of just reassessing or reevaluating, or going back to see, what kind of stories that you have around career, money, being financially supported, having a job, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Because it feels like it's creating like a pinched nerve almost in your present experience. And I didn't see if it resonated, but she says thank you. You're welcome. I didn't see how there's so many comments that go by so quick, so I didn't see what you said, or if you said anything. You don't have to share anything, but yeah, that's what came through. You said thank you. Namaste. Okay. Let's do one or two more, and then I'm gonna head out. And if I don't get to you today, I encourage and invite you to come back tomorrow for more free live readings, or live free readings, whatever. You know what I mean. Okay. You know what I'm talking. Okay. First time here. Hello, hello. Welcome in. So if you would like a free reading, leave a comment with your name. And if you have a question, leave a question. Or if you would like general, love, health, career. What I've found, I don't do pregnancy, but what I found is the more specific you can be, the more specific the information that comes through is. Okay? All right. And the way I work is that I just kind of allow my intuition and spirit to kind of guide me. So if I don't get to you, don't take it personally. I've had people take it personally, and they're like, you're not calling on me. And I'm like, it's not personal. Everything happens for a reason. I trust my intuition. Ooh. I seen one light up in my head. Wait. Eliana. Eliana, I feel you, my dear. Can you confirm that you're still here on the live? I believe you are, but just to make sure. And if for whatever reason I'm reading you and the live cuts out, or you get booted off or whatever, I always post my lives on my YouTube channel, so you can check out that there. Okay, she confirmed. Cool. And you said general or love. So I'm just gonna tap into, I'm gonna connect to your energy, and then, whatever comes in is what comes in. All right. So I got you. You're here, front and center. Okay. Ow. Wow. Okay. All right. So the first thing I get, we're talking love. And the first thing I actually get when I tune in, I heard it right away, was self-love. Honestly, I get this a lot with a lot of the people that I read that talk about love, not with everybody or that want to know about love. It's not everybody, but it is. I do find it's. I tend to be a reflection of the people that I read for, and so a lot of people that come to me, it is about like moving more into the self love. And so this is what I feel for you, Eliana, is being invited, getting the opportunity, the ground opportunity to come into a space of more self love, a greater self love. It does feel like there was some stuff in your past of like worthiness, not maybe not feeling worthy or deserving, and that might have manifested in certain relationships where it's like it didn't work out. Let's say it didn't work out. It maybe wasn't the greatest experience. And so it feels like now in being in the cycle of coming back to the self, coming back to your own, like being your own best partner is what I tend to say, or what I'm guided to say when I'm told about self-love. Oh, it's self-love. Coming back into learning how to be your best partner so that we're not, or you're not placing your happiness in someone else's hands. Okay? So that you can understand that responsibility lies within you. And when you do get in a relationship, whatever that other person or your partner does is icing on the cake. It's the cherry on top. It doesn't replace your love for yourself. It just adds to it. Okay. Uh, so it is about, okay. It is about self-love. It's also about, there's some self-healing. It does feel like, and then I feel like I'm then taken to this feeling unworthy, feeling undeserving. So it does feel like it ties into self-worth, self-esteem, and then even confidence, because from self-esteem and self-worth, those are like the pillars that I kind of see that build into confidence and exuding confidence. So um, it does feel like this self-love, the cycle of where you coming in or learning more about loving yourself, being your own best partner, does feel like it also brings in an aspect of healing around worth, healing those worthiness issues, because this also might affect money. I found in my own experience, it tends to, when we have like deep core wounds around worth or feeling worthy, or not feeling worthy, not feeling seen, heard, things of that nature, it tends to affect our financial, our ability to manifest or create financial support, because value, worth, you know, it correlates to our terms for money: appreciation, value, worth. You know, what is the money worth? So it tends to affect that. It might not, in which case, great. You're ahead of you're already a step ahead. But just so you know, that might also be something that's affected. There was another piece here. One moment. There was another piece here that I was supposed to bring in. We were talking about worth, value. Not quite sure, but if it's meant to come back in, it will come back in. But it does feel like it does bring this aspect of like healing, this part that was maybe not seen, not heard, didn't didn't feel value, or maybe felt undervalued. and affected your ability to feel like worthy, or affected your self-esteem, which then in turn affected your ability to feel confident in yourself, in your abilities, in your capability to, you know, whether it's to attract love, attract money, attract whatever. It just feels like it affected your ability to feel confident in, like, your ability or your power to create in general. Okay. It does feel like there's something else. So one moment. Okay. And so they're taking me back to this whole cycle in your life about um, self love, becoming your own best partner, and really healing those parts. Really looking into that. Again, this is your choice, so you don't have to choose this. So that is on the table. That is something that you're being invited into, being given the opportunity to delve into. Of course, you don't have to, so please be empowered in whatever you choose for yourself. Um, that's very interesting. It's very interesting. I don't know if during the I don't know if during the reading you felt like I touched on something a little too close to home and you closed it off, but it feels like there's a closed offness now, and that's totally okay. That's totally fine. But I do feel like I need to highlight and bring awareness to this closed offness. So I don't know if you tend to, I don't know if it's it it feels a little bit like a cancer type of energy. If you step on, almost like if you step on a crab, like it has like that squishy center, and it's like, nope, I need to like put up my hard shell in order to protect myself and almost feel like I need to defend myself. So I do get this like Cancerian type of energy. That's not to say that you are a Cancer or anything like that, but that's the feeling that I do get of that energy. It feels like, oh, I'm a little squishy, I'm a little soft, I'm a little sensitive there, so I'm going to put up this thing in order to kind of protect and maybe even defend myself. So it feels like there's maybe a shell, like a tough exterior that comes through around worth, value, um, self-esteem, confidence. Okay, but it's definitely, I would say, if it definitely plays into the type of person that you would attract. Some they might be emotionally unavailable, they might be insensitive. So partners in your life might manifest in that way. So as to reflect to you where the wounds that you have. Okay. Um, and no, nothing is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. That's what I'm hearing to say. I don't know if that's something that you needed to hear, but I'm hearing like, no, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, it's not to say that there's anything wrong. Flat out. There's nothing wrong with you. Sometimes things happen. There's wounds, traumas, all kinds of things can happen. Emotional wounding, emotional scarring can happen. And then it shapes our reality. It shapes how we act in certain situations. We cope in a lot of different ways. So there's nothing wrong with you. It's just, this is who you are, where you are, and you can always heal the things that have emotionally wounded you. Okay. Again, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm hearing to say that again. Like, really drive it home. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay. And that's what I feel. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, I don't know if that is, Eliana says yes, on point. Did you have any other, the feeling of healing? But the feeling of healing is a permanent thing. Um, Sorry if I did. The feeling of healing is a permanent thing. Aries. Yeah, so you're at Aries. It does feel, I mean, I don't know if you know your big three, but it just felt like there was something sensitive there that came up, and it was like, wait, I don't know about that. But it looks like you resonated with a lot. A lot of what I was saying. I'm just kind of scrolling through the comments again to see. But that's kind of what I got. So I hope that helps you, kind of confirms kind of where you are, and, at the very least gives you an invitation to dive into further into yourself, my dear. Aries, Sun, Taurus, Moon, and Scorpio rising. Ooh, that's Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio rising too. I love that. I love that. Scorp. I love me some Scorpios. um. All right. Okay. All right. I've gone through the. Okay. So let's do one more. Let's do one more. And I need some moisture on my lips. Okay. That's that Scorpio. So I'm just kind of honing in on who I'm being drawn to. Okay. And if you do feel drawn to, well, I'm looking through the comments. If you do feel drawn to work with me more in depth, one-on-one, or even receive a more in-depth reading, you can book through my website through the link in my bio. There are a couple that are starting to pop out in my head. And so okay. Okay, hold on. No, I feel, no, yeah, it's you. Okay. Wait, who was it? Who was it? I just seen you. Roxanne. Roxanne. I feel you. Will you there you are. Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying. Even when I don't have the words and I can't get the words out, people know what I'm saying. Okay. There's Roxanne. Okay, so Roxy. So Rox. You said health, right? You said health. Okay. You said health. All right. Wait, let me make sure I'm getting the right person. Somebody's saying Roxanne too. Okay. All right. Got you. I got you, Roxanne. All right. And if I don't get to you, because this is the last reading I'm doing today, so if I don't get to you, please come back. I invite you to come back tomorrow for more free readings. I'm doing these. I do them every Tuesday through Friday, so feel free to come back. Okay, Roxanne. All right, Roxanne. You said health. All right, so I got you. I'm just gonna connect. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. So I do feel the first thing I do feel because I'm doing like a scan. Okay. I'm kind of scanning the body. I do feel maybe pay attention to your blood pressure because when I got like from here to here was good, and then when I got to the heart and lungs, that's when my head was like, wait, what? Um, and then I heard blood. So blood, I don't know if you've had things in the past just having to do with blood or testing the blood, because we can test the blood for a lot of different things. So kind of go with your intuition there. But also, what I heard on top of that was blood pressure. So maybe getting that checked out. Um, yeah, because that's when they do the thing around they put the thing around your arm and they do the pump, 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 and that's your blood pressure, right? I'm hearing to maybe get that checked out because it feels like it might be a little high. I feel high. It feels like it might be a little high, and paying attention to that. The other thing I do feel is are you genetically predisposed to diabetes? I don't feel like you have this. It feels like just being more cautious, more proactive. And it feels like you're in maybe a caution zone. That kind of leads me into going into changing up your diet, eating more healthfully, and doing whatever maybe research or due diligence on your part, like informing yourself of what is going to help and support you in being more proactive in that way. But it does feel like blood pressure, and then I don't know. Okay, you said your son is a diabetic. Um, well, Um, I'm scanning you, so maybe get that checked. Of course, again, please honor your own intuition, and it's always your choice. But I do feel maybe getting. It does feel like it's almost like before you're pre-diabetic, it's almost like pre-pre. Um, it feels like a cautionary window before going into that. That's that's the sense that I'm getting. Okay, so I'm just going to relay that information, and you can do that with that what you will. But it feels like the window before going into like pre and into diabetic. So I would maybe get that checked out if that's something that feels good, feels good to you to do. But it does feel like checking on that and checking on your blood pressure, because it feels like they might be a little high and you might be in that window, and it feels like the shifting your diet, shifting the things that you're eating, and eating more whole whole foods. I am actually feeling, for whatever reason, not so much fruits, which would make sense with diabetic. I'm not like a health I mean, I took it a long time ago, and I know not some things, but I'm not definitely by far any kind of like healthcare professional or know a lot about that. But it, cutting down on sugar would definitely feels, you know, in alignment with the sensing of the window before being diabetic. Excuse me. And then the other thing I heard was maybe cutting down on grains. Um, and that, and then they're showing me all kinds of other, like, kind of the weird things that happen with food, like the GMO and the gluten and the stuff that um, over time has engineered our food in ways that are affecting us and are affecting our health. So it feels like maybe cutting the fruits and the grains a little bit more. That's kind of what I'm getting. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of scan and see if there's anything else. They're saying no, that's top priority now, like blood, and then kind of getting yourself checked for. Um, it just feels like watching. There's the invitation. There's the invitation to change the way you're eating, change your diet now before, because it feels like a warning, a caution, like watch out for this, because the trajectory that I see is like leading towards that. Okay. And you already said that your son was a diabetic, so it could definitely, it feels like there's a genetic predisposition to that. Okay. Um, that's all I feel for that. They're saying just like check those things out. And again, please be, empowered in your decision. You don't have to. Um, and then navigating the system or healthcare system in a more empowered way. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that can come there. Um, but that's all that I get. That's all I get for you. I'm just making sure. Okay. Yeah. That's all I get. That's all I get. Um, oh yeah, it looks like there's other wow. It looks like there's other people that are here that are look at all the support that you have, Roxanne, here. That's so awesome. She says I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. Okay. All right. I didn't get that. I didn't get like that type of thing. But so take it how it resonates. It might not be anything, but that was what I was getting. And I would be, I'm always open to people coming back and saying, hey, like you were off, or hey, like this was like definitely a thing and I got it checked out, and, definitely come back and share. Okay. So, get some blood work done. Yeah, I was definitely feeling the blood. So, and there's so many other people saying all of the things. So thank you for everybody that is supporting Roxanne in this. Yeah, and let me know if you feel called to. You don't have to share it with me because I'm just I'm just a messenger. But I'm always curious. I'm always curious. So thank you guys, and thank you Roxanne for being open. Okay. And I believe, she says, I don't mind sharing. I love it when people are just like open, but like I respect everybody's privacy. You know what I mean? So that is it for me today. If I didn't get to you today, I invite you to come back tomorrow. And you know, that's it. If you do feel like I want to work with you, all the links are in my bio, and then you can check out also my offerings, and later also I will have this live posted up on my YouTube. And if you weren't here earlier when I said so, I wasn't able to get yesterday's because some kind of glitch happened because it's Mercury retrograde, and I wasn't able to get yesterday's, but all of my past weeks um, lives are up on my YouTube channel if you missed anything or if you want to rewatch them. So they're all there. And have a beautiful week, or have a beautiful night. I love you, and infinite love and blessings. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out.